This is the band she recommended to us. Now, if I could just get them on. There. Nikki.
Hey, Max. Hey, Nikki.
That was relatively easy. Hi.
What
Hello.
was? Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Nothing.
Cool. Yeah, you got to see a good view of my bow system, so I had to orient the camera a little bit.
All
Nice.
good.
So,
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. To everybody that's in the chat, if you have any questions, just put them in there and we can ask them for you.
what's up,
Yeah, definitely.
everyone? I see, I
Top,
see, I see Joe Gorlick in the chat too. What's up, Joe? He's actually in the Hasbro's. He's playing with us this coming April. So,
oh,
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Hi. There's Max in the chat. So how did you originally get started with music?
oh God, at a very, very young age. One of my favorite movies growing up was Disney's Fantasia, and I would sit there. I think, God, I was 3 years old. I would sit there with like my little blocks, like pretending to conduct and like do everything. Um, so yeah, at a very, very young age, and then I picked up saxophone when I was in school, and then played that for about 8 years, give or take, and then I picked up guitar, and the rest is history.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome. So always been musical, it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Fantasia is definitely a good one.
I have to admit that
So I
one.
was watching,
That was good.
yeah, I was watching some of your videos and it looks like the current lineup is pretty new. So do you want to explain like the evolution of Ryder?
Oh man. I mean, basically, I started I know this is the pandering part here. But no, I mean, it started in August of 2016. I was just coming out of another project, and basically, I got together with that group of guys. We had a good run together, about 7 years, and then just like with everything else, things change, people change, people outgrow each other, and just priorities change. And then after a while, it's just like, look, it's life, it happens. So the former band members, I wish them no ill will at all. I wish them all the best, and it was time for a change. And the guys that we have now, Max, Rod, and Nick, are absolutely awesome. And we've only had 3 rehearsals so far, and it is so just refreshing and just exhilarating. Like it's awesome.
That's cool to hear. Yeah, you can always tell when it's right because you can feel it. And Max put in the chat, I'm glad you didn't give up, only up from there. So yeah, definitely. Always strive to keep going, keep working on your dreams.
Absolutely. So what was the best advice that you've been given? Like, going in line with that.
I'm sorry. What was that?
What was the best advice that you've been given? Like, as opposed to going in line with that, like what Jen said, never give up or anything. Is there something you would like to add to that?
Oh, um, never give up. Keep working hard. Keep grinding, and I'll say something that a dear friend of mine, his name's Christian. He used to be the guitar player for Faster Pussycat for a while, and he said, once you stop getting the butterflies in your stomach before getting on stage, and that's when you got to hang it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is good advice. What are some artists that have inspired you?
Lemmy from Motorhead, definitely. I'm a huge Motorhead fan. Stevie Ray Vaughan, David Coverdale from Whitesnake, pretty much anything Guns N' Roses has ever put out. I'm a Led Zeppelin fan. I mean, I have very, very eclectic musical tastes. Like, I can listen to classical, I can listen to blues. I was, I played saxophone, so I love jazz. So, I draw from a lot of influence.
I think that's awesome. Like, don't put yourself in a box. It's always cool to hear those different influences coming into music, and it definitely brings out some of the most creative songs, that's for sure.
Oh,
Definitely.
absolutely. I mean, there's only, as one of my music teachers told me, there's only 7 notes, and you can only flat and sharp them however many times. I mean, we can get into semitones, but we'll be here for an hour. So,
No, Max, because she loves that. Now, is there a specific era that you pull inspiration from your music from, or is it just all over the place, like you said?
all over the place. I mean, generally, it's funny because when we write, it's basically just hey, whatever sounds good, we just throw it against the wall, see what sticks, and just fine tune it. Now, when other people listen to our music, I mean, some people say 70s, some people say 80s. I've had some people compare my vocals to Paul Stanley from Kiss. I mean, listen, whatever you get out of the music, it's all great. You're holding me in very, very high regard, and you're holding the band in very, very good company. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely hear those influences in your music for sure.
So can I.
And what is your creative process like when creating new music?
basically, take it, throw it against the wall, and see what sticks. So just keep fine tuning. Just sitting in a circle with the other guys and just passing around. Like, one of us has a riff, one of us has a beat, and we just keep building on top of each other. And who knows? Maybe what would have worked like 5 seconds ago, you might want to tweak it 5 seconds later. So.
Mike wants to know what your favorite song is of your band at the moment.
Oh, it's like choosing your favorite child. I mean, naturally. I mean, now the marketing side of me would want to say all of them, stream them all, buy them all. um, favorite song at the moment. I'm gonna go a little deep cut on this one. I'm gonna go Ashen Snow. That was off of our Don't Think Twice EP. It's just a fun song. We have fun with it. You hear like some classical influence, and it's fun to play. And I know I'm choosing the song that has like a giant bass solo in it, but it's so cool how things just kind of broke down into it. So
That's awesome. What is your favorite song to perform live?
favorite song to perform live. That's a toss up between Lillin's Lullaby and Hard Time.
Nice. Felicity,
Yeah.
Fiona says bass solos need attention too.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Bass players are people too, damn
it. My friend
They
Nick.
sure are.
Yeah, I love Lillian's Lullaby. I was listening to it when you gave it to me for the promo thing, and it's very beautiful. And I think everybody's kind of gone through that sentiment, so it's definitely relatable.
Thank you. Thank you. Did I ever share with you the story behind that song?
No.
No. It's am I allowed to cuss on here, or are we gonna
Yes,
get in
go
trouble?
for it.
Go
We
ahead.
do it all the time.
Right. It's pretty fucked up. The story.
We love fuck
So, so to put it, to give the Spark Notes version of what it was about an experience that I had with somebody in Oklahoma. I was drugged, I was raped, and I was almost killed.
Wow.
I later found out that, said woman wanted to slit my throat and sacrifice me, to the devil. And, Lilith in particular, if you're into mythology and other lore, hence the name Lilith's Lullaby.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It gives a
What?
whole new meaning to the song when you
Yeah.
listen to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot deeper than I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, jokes aside, obviously, but I'm really sorry you went through that, and
I
I'm glad you
appreciate
made it
it.
out. That is one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's the craziest story we've had on here yet.
It's not my
Wow.
first time telling it. The first time I told it, it was on a show called Off the Record, and it was some people in the chat. I recognize a few names have saw that interview, and like they literally would tell me because it was so raw. It was the first time telling it, and the original format of the show was going to be like I'm going to tell what the story's about, and then play the song. Well, they switched it up on me without telling me, and they played the song first, and then it was like that, like almost semi gotcha, not really gotcha. I mean, they're good people and stuff, but it was just like it caught me off guard, and it was just raw emotion. And I have people to this day who tell me they're like, yeah, I can never watch that interview ever again.
Yeah, somebody in the chat just said that.
Mm-hmm.
Dream Raven.
Yeah,
That's heavy, man.
yeah,
Wow.
Well, I mean, at least you have an outlet to get something like that out.
absolutely.
I think that's the best thing about music is it definitely helps to release all of that that's inside of you. And even as a consumer, listening to songs that you relate to and are going through at the time, it definitely heals.
Oh yeah, it heals. You can express yourself, and the best part about music that I love is that it brings everybody together. And I love entertaining, I love performing, I love creating. So
Yeah.
You're getting a
Well,
lot of love in the chat right now for it. Fiona said, "We got you. Don't fall back into the dark." And Max said, "Ping brings out the best in artists."
I agree. Thank you.
yep, we stand behind you. Your healing is healing others. That's what Max said. So yeah, I definitely agree.
So do I.
Okay, you announced earlier a show that's coming up. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. Just God, it's 7 o'clock. Literally 7 hours earlier, we announced a show fresh off the presses. It's our first show of 2024. It's the first show with the new lineup of Ryder, which is awesome. And definitely we will be doing another one of these with the other three guys as well at some point. But we are going to be playing at the Shillelagh Tavern in Astoria, Queens. And it is going to be the first time ever Ryder bare bones acoustic and live. That's what it says on the poster. We are doing a full acoustic set for the very first time. We are reworking old songs. We are working on new songs. It is literally live without a net. We have never in the band's history done anything like this before. We came close, but no cigar. Well, this time, we got that fucking cigar.
Good. You guys deserve it.
That's awesome. Yeah, acoustic can definitely, I mean, it just like brings a whole different feel to a song. And some of my favorite songs are acoustic or strip. So
Oh,
that's definitely going to be a good show. And hopefully someone in the audience or whoever you're friends with will take videos and we can watch it if we can't be there.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I mean, and here's the thing. I'm 32 years old. I'm a 90s kid. I grew up with MTV Unplugged. I mean, I've always wanted to do something like this. I mean, you look at Eric Clapton, you look at Nirvana, you look at Alice in Chains. I mean, I'll even go one obscure one for you that I saw in the dying days of MTV Unplugged. Fucking Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Like, she actually go back in 2010, I believe it was. I was one of the very last MTV Unplugs, and it was like literally she did "I Kissed a Girl," and it was like slow cabaret jazz, and it was like absolutely brilliant. And it's just like I watched it on happenstance. I was flipping through the channels, back when cable TV was a thing,
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I love playing acoustic. I love reworking songs, and like I said, I was an MTV '90s kid, so
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Someone in the chat saying Korn and Amy Lee. That would
oh
definitely
yeah,
be one.
What happened to music like that? Like, bring that back.
we're trying.
Yeah, there's definitely some diamonds in the rough out there. You just got to get through all the other bullshit to get to it.
I
You got
agree.
to shovel through the shit. That's all you got to do. Not that it's shit. Everyone has their own tastes.
Exactly.
That's why you need friends that recommend new music to you, like Max recommended you to
Mhm.
us. So thank you, Max, and I definitely love finding out new artists from my friends or people I've met on, like, there's this guy on TikTok I talk to occasionally, like I don't know him, and he'll randomly just be like, hey, check out this band, and they're like now some of my favorite bands I listen to. So you never know where you're going to find new music, but I love people that recommend new music to you.
Yeah, same here. I'm very grateful to them.
Yeah, that's essentially why we started this, is just to help spread the word about artists that may not be as mainstream or big, and just anything we can do to help spread the word. That's what we're trying for.
Absolutely.
Heard about Ryder
I see some.
through podcasts. Yeah.
Ah, what's up, Detroit Red? No. Shout out to Kevin Castle. He's a promoter here in the New York City area for over 30 years. I got to give him a shout out too. We play a lot of shows with him, so
That's awesome.
we recognize our own.
Yeah. It's a big community, and it's an awesome community if you find the right people, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like to do for fun outside of music?
Oh, God. There's fun outside of music.
Should we either get video games or I don't do anything other than music.
Oh man. Well, I am a huge movie buff. I went to school. I went to college for film production, so I love movies. Um, Martin Scorsese, David Lynch. I mean, I can anywhere up to like any Del Toro movie or Tarantino flick. I mean, the cheesier the better.
I love Quentin Tarantino movies.
Fiona would like to
Fiona,
know. Yeah.
favorite film or series?
Favorite film or series? Oh man. All right. So two films that I'm going to name that are my all-time favorite films of ever, right? Masterfully put together. Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart, like that's great one.
Yeah.
And the original Dracula film with Bela Lugosi. Any of the Universal films are amazing.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, Bela Lugosi is a great Dracula. I also have to give credit, Mr. Sir Christopher Lee, God rest his soul. His portrayal in the Hammer film series, absolutely great. We could just keep talking about horror.
That's definitely my go-to,
Yeah,
actually.
we could talk about horror all day. Let's go. You're getting some love in the chat. Looks like we have a comment. Congrats on having your band back together from Scub.
Thank you. Scoob's a good guy. We had coffee at one point, and he auditioned to be a bass player. Great guy. And if anyone's looking for a good bass player, check him out if you're in the New York City area.
Yeah. And then someone said to go to Buffalo for some serious chicken wings.
Who said that?
Let's see. 905 Metalhead.
Oh, that's Steve. He's our good. He's our good buddy. He's our good buddy from Canada. He's always preaching the Anchor Bar wings. So, and yes, Frank Langella also did a really, really good Dracula, and also Gary Oldman too.
Yes. He was really good. I can't believe you know about the Hammer Dracula movies. That came from Mystic.
Oh, I grew up with the Hammer Dracula films. I was God, when I was a kid, like I went to Blockbuster, and it was just like they were all there. And it was just like, you just go there, you rent them, you watch them, and it's just that's how you discovered like a lot of those great horror films back in the day.
Right.
It's just you get exposed to like all of that, which, look, now you have Netflix and you got everything else, but it's like, I don't know. Like, it's just there's something about going to a video store, renting a tape, and like going home, popping it in, and either being like, wow, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen, or wow, this is the biggest steaming pile of shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
my senior high school, I worked at Hastings Entertainment. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's kind of like a Blockbuster, but it was like movies, books, music, coffee shop, and I definitely miss that place. But yeah, I'd find some of the best movies on when new releases came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So
I miss Blockbuster. Thanks.
I miss Blockbuster too. I know there are some people on the West Coast that are like like what Hollywood Video or like whatever the other one was. And I don't know. I'm a Blockbuster guy.
Max knows what Hastings is. Yeah, it was just like everything. We had like new releases for music and movies. We had like book signings
And
with
you had
artists and with
coffee.
authors and stuff.
I'm sold on coffee. I'm a coffee fanatic.
Yeah, I pretty much worked everywhere there.
So
There's one single Blockbuster left.
Open. Where, Fiona?
there is one Blockbuster left, and you can actually, I think they said you can actually stay in it overnight through Airbnb. I remember it was a while ago. I was just like, well,
so cool.
That's interesting.
I would have to look that up.
Yeah. So,
Do they have like a TV you can watch movies?
I don't know. I didn't go there, so I'm assuming so. That would be horrible if they did.
Right. Just stay in here with all these movies, but you don't get to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, really though.
So
It's creepy. Yeah, kind of, but sounds like it'll be fun. So I'm all about that too, though. Like, put me in an abandoned house or just like wandering around, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Blockbuster horror night. There you go, man.
Oh, if it's in Alaska, go when it's like what 30 days a night or whatever.
There you go.
And
I don't know about that,
every
but
night's
yes.
hard. Oh wait,
I saw that movie. It didn't very
Bend,
well.
Oregon.
Oh, it's in Bend, Oregon. Only if you buy me dinner first. Shit.
All right. or rent it and make it into a private show and rock all night. Yeah, that's an idea too.
There you go.
It's so nostalgic. Like, hey, come to my show at
Come
Blockbuster.
come to my show at Blockbuster.
Ghosts and all.
But like
We'll play music.
in between the bands, we're just gonna have B films just rolling.
There you go. That's an awesome idea. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Wolverine's healing factor.
That's a new one.
Yeah, that is a new
That is a new one.
I would have Wolverine's healing factor because I mean, unless you get your head cut off, I mean, you're pretty much surviving anything.
It's true.
That is true.
Fiona said, I feel that.
Yep. We usually get like teleportation or like mind reading.
Time travel.
Time travel. I mean, look, unless it's in a beat up DeLorean, I mean, I'm not interested in time travel.
I know what I'm doing after this interview now.
Building a flux capacitor. Just remember, you have to hit your head on the toilet, and that's how you get the design.
It's true.
Yeah, Taylor said you could regenerate like Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a whole feud going on between Deadpool and Wolverine. Come on now.
No, I'm a Wolverine fan. I mean, Deadpool is awesome, and I will say this much: the cinematic version of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Great casting, great choice. I mean, we could forget about X-Men Origins Wolverine. That didn't happen. So,
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
but but yeah, I mean, overall, like comic Wolverine. I mean, I'm sorry, comic Deadpool is pretty cool. And what was it? There's no war between. Yeah, no, there's actually more like a secret love affair between Deadpool or Wolverine. But
Exactly.
that's getting into the spicy stuff.
Come on.
So I don't know. I was always a Wolverine guy.
Nice.
There was a question in here. I think
Fiona asked candy one. She wants to know your favorite candy.
My favorite candy.
JoJo's Canadian too. Deadpool and JoJo and
Wolverine.
you are Canadian.
Wolverine, I think, is Canadian too.
He's Australian.
Oh no.
So
No,
the actor is Australian.
Hugh Jackman's Australian, but the character of Wolverine, I believe he's from North Alberta. You'd have to check on that. But
one moment. Yeah.
So, but as far as favorite candy, Reese's peanut butter cups all the way.
Yes. Absolutely.
She's gonna throw it at you. She'll find a way. Okay.
Find a way. All right.
You are correct. Northern Alberta, Canada.
I know my comic books.
There you go.
Most people assume that I'm from Queens, that I'm going to be a Spidey guy, and I am to an extent, but.
Do you have a pre-show ritual?
Are we talking old lineup or new lineup?
Either or.
Either.
Either or? All right.
Yep.
Old lineup, hyperventilate and hope that everyone shows up to the show on time. New lineup, just relax.
That's awesome.
So. No, this new lineup, I think you guys are going to rock it, so it's all good.
For sure. Is there anything you like to do after a show to like come down from the adrenaline rush?
I don't really, just I always like after a show, like especially if there's like a green room or whatever, I go back there, take a towel, wipe my face, just take a few deep breaths and just, put the guitar away and like at least try to clean up a little bit. And usually within 5 to 10 minutes, I'm good, and I'm out there and just mingling
Eat
with people.
tidbits.
And it's the perks of being 6'6" is when you look at me on stage, it's like I tower over you, and then when I walk up next to you, it's just like, oh, holy shit.
What are Timbits? Is that a Canadian
Oh
thing?
my god.
That is a
Tim,
Canadian thing. It is like the center of, it's a donut hole. It's the center of a donut.
it is. Okay,
Donut hole?
I fell in love with Timbits the first time I did my first run in Toronto. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to get this for the Canadians here. I played at the Rock Pile in Mississauga, Ontario. Okay, it's not quite Toronto, on the outskirts of Toronto. So, and I had Tim Hortons for the first time, and oh my god, it blew my fucking mind. Those birthday cake Timbits, like, oh my god, you can shiv someone for those. Like, they're really good. So, and I'll even tell you, I think you said someone in this group is from Canada, right?
I am.
Oh, you're from Canada?
I am, yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you mind me asking what part?
I'm in Nova Scotia.
Oh, shit. All right. So you're an hour ahead of me.
Yes.
All right. So, so you'll appreciate this story then. So the first time I played at the Rock Pile, I showed up and, waitress comes, it's like dinner service or whatever. And she comes over to me and she asks me, would you like some of my poutine? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, oh my God, you guys are like really friendly and forward here in Canada. Like, my God, that's like so, I'm like, my God. And at the time, being a single guy, I'm like, holy shit, okay. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. And then they come out and it's disco fries. I'm like, oh, that's food. So it was delicious though.
Oh my gosh.
If you guys ever make it down to Halifax, Nova Scotia, there's a place, I don't know if it's still open, but it's called Smokes Poutine. And they have like buttered chicken, they have like pulled pork, just a bunch of anything that you would want to put on it. It's amazing.
I've been wanting to go to Nova Scotia for a long time. I recommend some venues. I'd love to go there because every time I go north of the border, every time we play Toronto, Ottawa, wherever the hell, like even in Montreal, I've had people come up to me and they always say that I look like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys and that I need to make my way to Nova Scotia.
I can see that.
So,
Ricky is actually cool. I will message you after the interview and I will send you some places.
Nice. And I will say I have my grade 9, so like I'm a little smarter. But...
That's good.
So.
Oh man.
Yeah, I never used to know what poutine was, and then doing these interviews with JoJo, it's come up like I don't know how many times already now.
It's
as soon as they find out that I'm Canadian, they're like, "Oh my God, have you eaten this?" It's like, yes, I've eaten the heart attack on a plate. I make it.
Oh, it's absolutely delicious. So.
And somebody just mentioned King of Donair as well. So it's like that's a pizza place in Halifax. It's absolutely amazing.
Okay. I'll give it. Look, I'm a little finicky. Being from New York City, I'm very finicky with my pizza. So
I bet.
I think New York has the best pizza in the world, and I know some people are going to get angry at me here because they're going to be like, "Ew, what about Chicago deep dish? What about that?" Listen.
Well, what about it?
If I could get New York for a second, it's fucking lasagna. It's fucking lasagna. It's not pizza. It's fucking lasagna. So.
Always welcome, Jen. I just saw your message.
Yeah, Taylor told me I need to try poutine, so I said, Canada, here I come.
Yep.
And then Max said, teaching this American some things, or Arizonian some things.
Oh yeah, no, poutine is the best way to describe poutine for people that have never had it before, and I'm sure you could agree with me. It's like disco fries with cheese curds. It's literally like the most American way I can put it.
Yep.
So if you like brown gravy and you like French fries and you like cheese curds, you're gonna love this dish.
Mm, Somebody's giving you crap in the chat right now and saying no, it's a pizza pie, not a lasagna.
She don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She like Chicago deep dish. It's I don't know. You can't win them all.
Gotta have the curtains.
Yeah.
So, since we're on the subject of pizza,
Oh no.
Jojo,
I'm gonna go out the door now.
does pineapple go on pizza?
Fuck no.
Thank you. Thank
Fuck.
you.
Damn, I was on a roll.
Yeah, the last like 4 interviews we've done, they're all yes, and I'm like, no.
No. Pineapple is barely eligible enough to go on fucking ham, let alone pizza.
Okay, now
You're
listen
welcome,
to
Tay.
this. Listen to this. Cold pizza with pineapple and Cool Whip on it.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Exactly.
I,
Cold pizza, pineapple, Cool Whip.
that
Yeah.
sounds like something I would make in like a fucking Lunchables or something. Like. Oh
We have
man.
somebody on and we give him crap all the time. Like we will blast him until he blocks us, I'm sure. We ask the same question, does pineapple go on pizza? And then he's like, well, no, what about this? Pineapple on cold pizza with whipped cream. And I said, what are you talking about? It's like, why? He's like, oh, my friend did you ever eat it? No, my friend said I did. Or my friend mentioned it and now I want to try it. It's like, no.
No.
Who is this person, if you don't mind me asking?
His name is
Miguel.
Miguel. He does a lot of photography and plays guitar and stuff.
He does photography and he
He's
plays guitar, right?
he's a Cuban who lives in Florida,
Yes.
and yeah, he's quite the character. Let me tell you.
Clearly, he has never gone to culinary school, but
We're making everybody hungry in the chat.
That's okay.
That's always intention.
Well, look, this is a perfect segue. If while we're on the topic of food, so one of the things we would always watch when we were recording, especially the last record we did, the live record, is when we were mixing it. We would always either have Kitchen Nightmares or Hell's Kitchen on in the background while we were mixing. Gordon Ramsay is one of my favorite chefs.
Yeah.
I know that's very, very cheesy, but I mean, he's a little toned down now. I can't really get through the current Kitchen Nightmares. It's very very, very toned down, but like the old stuff is good.
The kids one that he does made him soft.
Yeah. Yeah.
I noticed that.
So, I was actually at the new season of what was it? The first episode of the new season, the Bel Air Diner. That's in Astoria. I ate there before, and after watching that episode, I'm like, and I saw the spoiled bacon. I'm just like, oh my god. I ate that bacon.
Are we lagging? Like, do our voices go deeper down there?
No, you're not lagging down there. Or you're not deeper down there now.
Okay.
Oh.
You're
laughing. Who, me?
No.
Oh.
The comment. James internet lag, deep voice, can't stop laughing.
No, I don't know.
I didn't hear it.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to watch the replay.
No, everybody's talking about Hotel Hell and
Gordon Ramsay.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Hotel Hell. Oh my god, that's also another one. The what was it? Those two weirdos that like collected the antiques and stuff. Oh, that was the best episode of Hotel Hell. I hated that guy. He was such a douche.
Have you ever watched Bar Rescue?
I love I love John
I
Taffer.
love Bar Rescue.
Not
Yeah.
only have I watched Bar Rescue, but the time we went to, by the time we went to, we played a show in, what's it called, in New Orleans, and we went to the bar. We got the Resurrection. So I think they were Turtle Bay, and I forgot what. Oh, Spirits on Bourbon. There we go. So
I think I watched that.
yeah, yeah. They still have the barber chair there. So former bass player got really drunk and was spinning in the chair a little bit. So
A hairstylist myself. Yeah, it's fun to do sober too. I used to work at a nursing home, so I had like two chairs next to each other, and when it wasn't not busy or waiting for the residents to come down, like me and the volunteer would just be spinning in the chair, just laughing and carrying on. So
wow, there you go. It's a good way to
yeah,
pass the time.
Right?
Fiona, what are you going on about? You got resurrected.
Resurrection.
What?
Listen, I did not get resurrected. I had the gumbo when I was there because that was the thing that made that other guy throw up. So I had the gumbo. It was delicious. So I did not throw up. And then they had fried gator poppers. I'm just like, okay, all right,
Interesting.
this is pretty good.
It's lagging on my side. Sorry. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sure.
Interesting.
Sure, Fiona.
It's not lagging on the sides, so.
What was the first concert you ever went to?
God, I don't even remember. It's I've been to so many shows that it's just like between the ones I've performed and the ones I've seen, it's just like God, I don't even know at this point. So,
The lag
Refresh.
is so great. Yeah, refresh your screen. When
I
in
don't know. We're gonna go back and watch the replay. It's just gonna be one big giant lag. They're gonna miss all of this stuff. It's just gonna be no poutine, no blockbuster. Like,
That would be awesome.
If you guys could open for anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
uh, Led Zeppelin, definitely Led Zeppelin.
Poutine Busters. I'm just gonna shake my head. The Doors. Um,
Does
what was?
the Doors would be good too. That'd be a good one to play with for.
Yeah, they would be. 905 says, "What is your favorite show you attended?"
My favorite show that I attended. Cheap Trick, Joan Jett, and Hart at Bethel Woods in upstate New York.
Oh no, that's wicked. That's like Guitar Hero all in one.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened at a show?
Oh God, what can I tell?
Whatever. You're good.
Anything?
The craziest thing that ever happened at a show. All right, I'll give a G-rated one. So we were playing a show. Oh God, you want me to tell that story? All right. All right. All right. I will tell that story. So what ended up happening is my old band, this was pre-Ryder. We were opening for Quiet Riot, and this guy literally just was standing in the front row, wanted to cause trouble. You know, he was like reaching over the guardrail, like fucking with my pedal board and like other stuff, like really being an asshole. And like there were a few times where I'm like, "Yo, quit it, quit it, quit it," and then I stomped on his hand, and then he just pulls it back. Oh, I'm like, I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, what do you think's gonna happen if like, what do you think's gonna happen if you do that? And then, then he's like yelling some stuff, and like I'm trying to banter with the crowd, and he's yelling some stuff, and he just, as an entertainer, you're in the moment, and it's like, okay, you want to be a part of the show? All right, yeah, blah blah blah, and then I say a thing, it pisses him off, and he starts walking towards the side of the stage, the little steps, to get up there. And he literally, like, he makes it up onto the stage. And remember when I said earlier in the interview, I'm 6'6". I wear a size 16 shoe.
Oh.
So I literally, like, Leonidas Spartan kicked this motherfucker off of the stage, and I sent him flying. It was just like, and then you just hear him as soon as he hits, he's like, "Oh!" I'm like,
Wow.
so listen, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I mean,
it's true.
so you look,
I need to meme it.
No. This was 2015. This was before memes were popular, I guess. But yeah, no, and it's funny. I run into the guy like to this day. Like there are times like where he like comes to shows and stuff, and it's just keyboard warrior likes to talk his shit on social media, and then gives me the sideward glances. It's like, oh yeah, because I don't think you want me kicking you in the chest again.
Right.
So.
Do you remember the time when you kicked me across the stage?
Yeah, I remember that. Good times.
And that's the first time that he met you?
Oh no,
Oh,
no, no. No. He had come to previous shows before, but like I don't know, someone shit in his Cheerios that day, and I didn't really help matters either. So young and dumb, right?
Yeah, here, you want to have a bad day? Come here.
Yeah, I'll make it worse.
Did that hurt? I didn't feel anything.
Fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
So what was that other story you were starting to tell us?
Oh, that's nothing compared to this. Like that pretty much. No, the only other story with that is we played a show, and there was a blackout, and the lighting system took a shit in the middle of the show, but thankfully the equipment was still on, and it only flickered for like literally half a second, and we were on beat. That by the time we went on the next downbeat, the lights magically came back on. It was like we meant to do it.
Wow.
And it was
That's awesome.
it's like, God, you got to give it to Con Ed. Like, fuck.
That's awesome.
So yeah, the kick
Damn it.
story was better than that one.
At that point, I figured he'd forget the kick of death. Yeah, no, you don't forget about something like that. Come on now.
And until you felt the force of a size 16 Nike just hitting you full velocity in the chest, I mean, you're gonna remember that.
Yeah, it's not something that you're gonna forget.
No.
Yeah, you were
Do
not
you
an angel.
what did you say?
She just put the angelic thing up. I said, yeah, you are not an angel.
So do you have any new upcoming music?
We do. We're working on a few things. We're gonna play a lot of them April 13th live for the very first time. So if you're in the New York area, the tri-state area, Shillelagh Tavern, April 13th. Come check it out.
Awesome. Anybody else has any questions, just put them in the chat. What's the best way people can support you? Do you have merch or?
Um, Follow us on Instagram. Stream us on Spotify. We're working on some new merch and other stuff, but spread the word, share our stuff. I mean, a lot of places do pay attention to followers and streams and other stuff, so everyone counts. So yeah, I mean, follow us on here. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/RyderBandNY. Search up, Lillian's Lullaby on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you stream. There's thousands of them, So yeah.
Well, cool. Did you have anything else, Jojo?
No, we pretty much covered it all.
All right. Well, this was really fun. We found out a lot about you.
Yes, we did. Hopefully, I made a good first impression. Hopefully, you'll have us back.
You did, yeah. We can't wait
Go
for
to
your
a
new
Ryder
book,
show.
and
Let's go to a Ryder show. I won't kick you in the chest if you go to a Ryder show.
Just don't piss him off, then he won't have to kick you in the chest.
Don't bum rush the stage. I mean, that's simple. Simple as that. Don't bum rush the stage and don't come lunging at me. That's
exactly.
That's like concert 101. Like, come on. All right. Well, if nobody else has any questions, I guess we will call it there. Instagram probably going to kick us off in a few minutes anyway. So just want to say thanks for coming on. It was fun, and we hope to talk to you soon.
All righty. Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
See you again.
Everybody, good night.
Bye.
Bye.